I wonder if they see the sparkle in your eyes. I wonder if they know that I'm not your guy. I wonder if they see that you don't belong to me. Wish that you could be mine.
Yes, we are back. We are back. Therapy without a degree. I really have no idea this one. I really don't know what
It's
chapter
definitely
we're
like
on.
210.
Yeah, I think it's like 210. All right, we back. Joe Fugurino's in the fucking house. Across from me, I got Zain.
Zane is in the building. Bang,
Yes,
bang. You gotta
yes.
add that in post.
Bang,
Bang, bang.
Hold on. There we go. We're too corny. We're mad corny. They're like, yo, I'm signing off. So, there was no episode last week. And there's no excuse. There should have been. But this is the reason, right? So hear me out. Why do I feel like I'm dumb low? Hold on.
It could be your headphones.
Yeah, it might be the headphones. Let's see. Oh, no, I am low.
So what's the number at? 7. That's a good number.
Let's see. Microphone check 1 2
Yeah,
1
you just
2.
probably gotta angle it.
There we go. There
Little,
we go.
little high. Probably gotta do it higher like this, right? And then keep it like right here. That way, because what's happening as you're talking more direct
Yes,
away.
yes.
So unless you want to, I don't know if you want your head to be like this or you want your head to be like this. I don't know.
Whatever it is, who cares? We out here. But yeah, so last week, Zayn couldn't make it.
No, I couldn't make it.
And I just didn't want to do it without him. Like, I feel like I'm cheating on him. Like, if I do the pod,
I thought you did do it.
no.
I thought you did.
No, we're going to do it alone. Or like,
That's like you just sent me to do stuff alone, but yet you can't do it alone without
nah,
me.
man. Because also, though, y'all know, like, I only not record if it's like, it's very, very, very rare.
That is rare, so I guess I got a vacation day.
It's very, very, very rare. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, with this dude, you know, you're enjoying yourself and shit, but I'm like, I just feel like I'm cheating on you. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I do the pod, it just doesn't feel right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could do it. Like, yo, shout out Jersey Media Podcast coming soon. I could kill a pod, but it's just like, it just doesn't feel right. It feels like I'm cheating on you. And it'd be feeling like I'd be cheating on Tay when Tay's not here too, but
Right.
at least, you know, he has an excuse. He's much farther away.
We got to Photoshop Vin Diesel's head on your body.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like the podcast family.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I just can't. It doesn't work. But if Zane's not here, and especially physically, y'all know I hate that virtual shit.
Right.
So it's just like, I'm like, no, you know what? I'm not going to do it. And then I could have did it. I had the opportunity to do it. I was like, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm sorry, y'all. And I felt bad. I was there, like, in my head, just envisioning all the listeners, all the millions of listeners. Like, where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
And they
Where
were
is it?
probably looking for it. Like, you didn't drop an episode. Like,
Yeah,
oh, shit, you listened to the podcast?
Yeah, no, people listen, yo. People listen. People fucking listen, yo. We lit out here. But what you been up to, man? What you been doing? Like I said when you first walked in, I feel like I haven't seen you in a month and a half.
I know it's been a while. Yeah, but I've been kind of taking care of Ace. You know, he's been assimilating to things and whatnot. He's been getting better. More so, I've been kind of planning and working on projects. Now that the magazine's out, now I actually sat down one night and I wrote out a short script. I finished it. It's called The Hardest Part. So I'm working on actually rolling that out and starting to scout for locations and getting the actors. So I've been working on like production stuff and then also promoting the magazine, but finding a different outlet and working with actual companies so that I can actually, get paid out here. That's the real goal. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing this for a minute. It's like it's time to, really capitalize on that. And just a lot of stuff in the mix and whatnot. But yeah, it's a lot of it's work stuff, and then there's like self-improvement stuff at the same time. And so it sometimes you lose track of time when you're like focusing on things. Oh shit! Like granted, I put it in the calendar, but it's like I do all like a lot of stuff to the point where I was like, damn, what about me and the me time? So I was kind of treating myself to the me time
Okay, these last couple weeks.
For the last couple weeks or whatnot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what about your personal? What you say you like doing some personal development type of stuff?
Yeah, a lot of self-help books in terms of whether it's like anger management or dealing with certain situations with other people, like the communication aspect. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And then I just signed up for therapy, actual therapy with a degree.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm gonna see how that is. Figure out. I don't know. It's interesting. It's talking to somebody that's not Joe. It's interesting. That's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
I was like, "Where's the fucking gunshots and
Yes.
the boom sound, man? You don't have that in the session? No."
I don't have that.
Like therapy would be lit if they had that shit. Like you just said some wild shit and like boom, and then the therapy is just like, yeah, man. I was like, I love that shit when you like expressed yourself.
We've been trying to tell y'all. All right.
Yo,
6 years.
therapist, get some soundboards in that motherfucker. It's too boring. Can't hear
Nah.
birds chirping all day and shit.
Nah, I'm gonna have to fight them. If they say that shit. I'm gonna have to fight them.
God, I'm gonna be laying in a chair like this, listening to fucking nature, like just like. So, you don't got any other tracks? You don't got like some Cardi B or anything?
Nah. I'd be like, what music therapy is this?
Music therapy. I don't know if they have that, but we ain't gonna give them that. We gotta capitalize on that before they do.
Speaking of that event was really dope.
It was dope. We had an amazing turnout, especially was it post COVID.
Post COVID, yep.
Yeah, post what you call it, lockdown and shit. So like it's been pretty dope. Everybody was distanced. We had a lot of space for everybody. We had food there. We had entertainment. Like you know what we should have? A comedian.
We should have had a comedian.
We should have had a comedian. Make people laugh or something like that. Next time.
We usually do for the live pods.
Right. No, live pods, we make sure it's a fucking Barclay full event, Barclays Center event. That's what we do. We'll hit up Justin Timberlake later.
Yeah. That's the only reason I didn't think about doing that is because I was like, yo, you know what? Like, also at the same time, yo, the tickets were only $20. You know what I'm saying? Like when we do the live pod, them shits are like comedians, magicians.
Yo, we have like mad stuff there. It's like it's gonna come to a point where it's gonna be a whole
festival.
A whole festival. Like a therapy degree festival. Whoa.
Yeah.
I mean, we already have vendors there. We have mini festivals, and eventually our numbers will get so big that it's gonna be essentially a mini festival, and then it's gonna be a massive festival.
And then just a tour.
And it's gonna be a tour, and then people are like, so you like the rock stars of podcasting? Yeah,
exactly. I mean, yo, we working it out here, man. But these music therapy nights, I was like, you know what? Let's just do something that we can just like a dope night out. You know what I'm saying? On a Thursday night. You know what I mean? Like nothing extravagant. Like we do the extravagant fucking events. This was just something that's like kind of just dope that you could be like, you know, if I have work in the morning, it's not gonna kill me. You know, to go to like you can kind of go enjoy yourself, but it's not gonna really mess you up. So we had that.
You know what we should do? Well, I guess if we have we have to just try to figure out a way to make time for it.
What?
But like every week or maybe every 2 weeks, we do like a music therapy live session with the phone.
Okay, like in here or something, like on a live.
Yeah,
okay.
It could be anywhere because we could
artists.
bring our phone anywhere. But it's like just like if they want to perform
on the live, on the IG live,
and whatnot.
That would be pretty dope. That would be dope.
It just gives them more opportunity and it's not just gonna be maybe in the United States. It might be anywhere in the world.
Yeah, because we got artists all over
the world. We have artists and listeners listening in. So maybe like every 2 weeks or every week we just have a segment where every music therapy Fridays, if you want to tune in, we're always gonna have some music playing. Whether it's music from artists that we had at the events, we play their tracks. Word. You know what I'm saying? We do it for like an hour. I mean, we had that plan, we just didn't do it. Yeah.
That would be cool too, and do that, and even have it run on Clubhouse as well at the same time.
That's a I mean, I don't know how that would work, but I mean, that's also a possibility. You have like 2 phones or whatnot.
Yeah, we could get that. We can get that working.
There should be a thing that you could stream from all platforms at the same time.
They have, but there's not enough platforms are attached to it.
So
they have Restream, right?
Right.
But it's only like Facebook, Twitter. It's very limited. It's It's not Instagram. Instagram isn't there. Instagram is like they're alone. They don't want to, because they're trying to really just be their own sole like entity. Even though they're part of Facebook, Facebook doesn't want to really include them in all those different type of things.
Right,
So
right.
they're trying to get them some exclusivity. But yeah, so we had that event. We had that event July 15th. That was really dope. Also, anyone that's following my page or the Jersey Media page, y'all will see that I'm doing a lot of work with NJ Garden State of Mind. That business has been doing really, really good. I've been doing the marketing for them, and it's been really fun, yo. People are having like a really good time. People are like jamming out, painting. I did my first one.
Yo, it's this one. Because I remember you showed me that one.
Yeah. Some people guessed the other one on the left.
I thought it was. If you never showed me, I would have said it was that one.
You would have said it was that one. I guess I'm darker.
Yeah. You people see you as painting bright, and then you have this.
I come out with the dark.
Right.
Yeah, so those were pretty cool to do. Me and Val did that. We went out there, and I went out to the beach. I've been trying to implement a little more fun time, but not a lot. So like a little bit, because
I think that's the best. If that's all we could get out of you, Joe, then that's a win.
Yeah, just a little bit, because at the same time, I got big goals. So when you got big goals, you got a lot of hard work. You know what I'm saying? But I'm trying for one day out of the week. You know, so I did 2 Saturdays ago. I went out to Seaside. That was really cool. And then this past weekend, me and Val went out to an event. It was really, really dope. Shout out to actually the brand Hood Therapy, right? So Hood Therapy, they had there was a bunch of speakers there. They had a massive event on Zoom, and people in the park barbecuing, grilling. There was a bunch of recovering addicts. Really dope. A lot of super dope individuals out there. And then we went to the city. We went to Manhattan, and me and Val just wandered around. And I actually got lit. I got lit off some lemonades. I had like fucking 4 of them things, and I was like done. I was like almost like knocking out the table.
Yeah,
and that doesn't happen for me.
What time did you go?
We went early. Well, no, we were there like 6:30 at night. We went to the barbecue in Queens early, so that was in
That was separate.
Yeah, that was a separate event. And then we went out to go bother Anthony at his job, and we went to Sweet Chicks, which is Nas's restaurant. And yeah, we went like 6:30.
Okay, that's dope.
Yeah.
And you said you had drinks there, or was at the barbecue?
Nah, we had drinks there.
At the barbecue?
No.
Because that's like the complete opposite
yeah.
of what they. And I was just asking. I was like, "Oh, that's interesting that they just overlooked that as."
They didn't even have sodas or nothing. Like Val had to
nothing
go.
to trigger.
Yo, Val went across the deli and she ended up getting an avocado and a Coke. I was like, yo,
what? Who the fuck gets an avocado and a Coke?
She brought the avocado
on the
to the
same
barbecue.
receipt.
Exactly. That's what I said.
That doesn't look weird.
I looked at Val and she brought this big ass avocado. I was just like, yo, what are you doing? And then she was walking around with that shit the whole day in New York.
She didn't even eat it.
She
She just held. Oh, I was about to say, just holding it.
Yo, she milks everything. Like she'll have like the same water bottle here for like a month, but she's still drinking it, and she does. And I actually see her drink it. I just.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting. So, shout out to Val though. Reflections with Val. Go follow her. But yeah, so now we kicked in and we went to a clam place. Her and Anthony got a bunch of oysters. I didn't. Then
Yeah, because you're allergic to the shellfish.
Yeah, and the oysters just looked really nasty.
Fair.
They didn't look too good. And we stumbled upon a Asian candy store.
An Asian candy store.
Yeah, supposedly the products were directly from China. So I had a Coke that was not a Coke. It was like an Asian Coke.
Like a Coca-Cola?
Yeah.
Because you had to specify.
Yeah, it was a Coca-Cola.
Because we went from candy, and then you mentioned Coke, and I correlated that for back in the day.
That's hilarious.
I just wanted to clarify for everyone else that you're talking about
crazy.
candy still.
Nah, this.
Right. Coca-Cola, a drink.
Coca-Cola,
A drink.
not Coke.
Right.
That's
Got
fucking
it.
hilarious. This place was super cool, man.
That is pretty cool.
They actually look like they fucking sell regular Coke. Like it looks that popping. I'm not saying that it's popping. Let me just shut up. But it was cool. I got Jillian some Oreos.
That was from China.
Yeah, and the Coke actually tastes different. It tastes mad different. It tasted like
actual sugar cane in the actual thing. Because they said bottle tastes different, but that was a plastic one though. So usually they say the ones with the sugar cane is from the glass.
It was definitely different. It didn't have no fizz. It just tastes like flat soda.
Oh, okay. Maybe it was flat soda
That's
since
what
it
I
was
thought.
imported.
Maybe.
Imported.
Maybe. Who knows what happened to it? It just tasted like flat soda, but it was good though. It was like
Yeah, you gotta send me the address.
Yeah, nah, it was pretty cool. It was right over there in New York. I'll pick you up some next time when I'm over there. You know what I mean? It was a bunch of cool shit. But yeah, other than that, man, just been doing that. Just been grinding, working, trying to actually get back into some writing as well. I got to write the next episode. All right, we are filming a major project. Everyone, all right, we're bringing this podcast to the big screen. All right. So we're
Oh yeah, well I guess we'll have a conversation about that after, because I was gonna say we should do them sit in front of the green screen and get that out the way.
Yeah, we'll get that done. Exactly.
Honestly, I mean, granted, they probably seen it, so why don't we just kind of just set it up?
What you mean?
Like just set it up where they just sit in front of the screen.
Yeah, exactly.
Before the release, just so that we have it.
Yeah, Matt, Susan, all
yeah,
them.
mm-hmm.
Yep. And then yeah, I gotta write. I'm thinking about doing the next one based on Grant Cardone's life. So gotta get approval from him. So hopefully we'll have those out. Hopefully that'll be dropping by the fall, November. I think if we do it right on the 6th year anniversary, that shit will be lit. That shit gives us enough time to finish it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And be lit. Other than that, I don't know what topics you had in the Facebook group, because you're always causing trouble. I have some things on my mind as far as like effort. I mean, people hit me and they were like, "Yo, you mad?" I'm like, "Nah, it just came to my mind." Like sometimes I just be talking, I'll be writing those quotes and shit, but I'm never like feeling a like crazy type of way. I'm just like, I just be having a thought, so I just say it. And I was like, how to do with effort, man. Like, fucking nowadays, like they always say like, "Oh yeah, you need good energy and all that shit." It's like that shit's cool, but we need more than that now. You know what I'm saying? I need more than just your good positive energy. I need you fucking to show effort. I need you to like actually show that you give a fuck about me or about the business or about whatever or the friendship, whatever the fuck we talking about. You know what I'm saying? Oh no, this is the page, not the actual group. This is not the page. Also, guys, you guys gotta follow the group. Zain be dropping fucking gems. He's our official therapy without a degree group correspondent.
Yeah, I like finding, because people post some wild shit on my timeline, so I was like, let me share this with the group, because it correlates to like stuff that they would be interested in.
Whatever triggers you also reveals what you need to heal.
This is true. I mean, trigger in a way, like say if you angry because this person might, I don't know, talk away and whatnot, and then you just get triggered. You know what I'm saying? There's maybe you need to work on it, because there's gonna be a lot of things that you can't control in this world. 100%. But you can't allow it to control you. Yeah. Because the moment you let somebody able to like get under your skin, they're essentially the puppeteer for you. They're gonna control you, especially if they know what makes you tick. Yeah, I read that and I kind of thought back to the last episode we did. So I felt like we talked about that a little bit, and I felt like that was kind of correlated to that. Right? Because if it triggers you and that's like how you are. You should change that, and not just say, okay, that's how I am, So I think we definitely did mention that, but that correlated to that a little bit. It's accountability first before a person can say that, because if they don't have no accountability, man, then they're not gonna try to change themselves. Or why do I need to change for you? It's not about, that, and that's where the argument usually stops, and the person doesn't want to continue. What? Is when they say, like, I'm not, like, I don't. Why do I have to change? Like, blah, blah, this and third. I'm not going to change for people who don't like who I am. Yeah. And that's where the argument stops. Because they have a point, but they don't have a point. Okay, so what do you think the difference is? So, for someone who was recently saying, like, okay, let's just say you have a fear of heights. Right. They're saying, nah, like, you got to overcome that fear. And no, I guess it would be, I don't need to overcome my height issue. Yeah. And then they would be like, you should do that. Yeah. And then that's where it kind of stops, because I have a thing with spiders and I have a thing with heights. So if you force change or force healing, essentially that force is not a consent. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just like that's not how it works. I mean, birds do it all the time when they kick the bird out
But
the
like
nest.
for you, like if I were to tell you, like you said spiders, right?
Right.
Actually, speaking of spiders, Jaylene was freaking out earlier over a spider, really big spider in the room.
Oh no.
Yeah, look, actually, legitly, I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna show you this right on the spot now.
I'm just gonna be at a distance.
She has the chancleta and the bleach ready.
Wow.
Fuck that shit
She was not playing no games.
She's a little scared. So
Right.
if I drive 6 hours just to go kill a spider, that was why. But okay, so you're afraid of spiders, right?
Right.
So that's like me just telling you, oh well, you got to just get over it. Like you got to stop. You got to just go dance with some spiders.
And I've heard that. I've heard that
What do you
before
say
with
to
heights. Well, I usually in that response, it's equivalent to that scenario where it's like the pushback is like when the person is ready, but then they might not want to be ready. Like
That's
I
what I'm
have
saying.
no,
Like, what's the
I have
issue?
no intent on putting my hands in a bucket of spiders. You know what I'm saying? I have no, but I did try to overcome my height issue by jumping out of a plane.
So I guess it depends what it is.
Yes, it depends on it. I was more willing to jump out of a plane than I was to put my hand in a bucket of spiders.
Because what their reasoning behind this, and this was Val. All right, so she was like, well, just to overcome the fear, so it's not held against you. And it's like, okay, also, so like, what if one day you walk outside right now and there's like a millions of spiders in your car?
I would lose my fucking mind, Joe. Like these, if you want to quote me and play this video back, I would lose my fucking mind. If that happened, I wouldn't leave the house. I'd probably have to set up camp here and wait until they're all extinguished.
Yeah. So
But if it was just mainly in my car,
no, but her point to that was, so that's why you should overcome them.
which makes absolute sense, but Joe,
That's what I said. Like,
Joe,
who's doing that? Like, I'm
my
good.
heart will just burst out of my chest if you're telling me that my car that's infested, the car would have to go. Whatever contents was in my car,
It would just go.
I just have to buy more of it.
Yeah. So what she was going at with,
Which I
it's
understand
like it's like a personal development thing of saying, hey, you shouldn't have that held against you.
There's people that can't leave their house. It's a real thing.
Yeah.
Like they can't step out, and then people are like, why? Just step outside the house. And it's like, if you have a fear, if you have a phobia, you really can't force.
Well, yeah,
them.
like sanctuary.
Right. Like that was like they couldn't leave because they created this reality for themselves, and that's what and me I did more research on what spiders were. And some of them, especially in this region, you don't really have to worry about too much. They're more afraid of you than you of it. And that's what they always say. Also, they actually do your house justice, especially if there's like a spider in the corner. They're the ones that take care of the flies. You know what I'm saying? So like they do
Certain
their part
things,
and help and whatnot, but we see them as these creatures that we don't like. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like because we were conditioned a certain way. We see ladybugs. We don't try to smack and kill a ladybug. Yeah. We say, oh, let me put our hand down and guide it somewhere. If we see a fly, we want to swat it. A mosquito, swat. There's a lot of things.
Lightning bug, I want to catch it.
Lightning bug, we were taught, oh, catch a lightning bug. Because all that was conditioned. They taught you when you were younger what to do and what not to do. With spiders, we kind of left it like, oh, I'm afraid, so it's okay for you to be afraid of it, because a lot of people are afraid of it because they don't understand it. Yeah. Like, we can't make a spider a pet. I mean, people make spiders as pets, but it wasn't a thing to make spiders a pet.
Now they're trying to make shows about spiders and all that stuff.
Right. Just to kind of easy, because people were kind of just burning it, killing it with fire, which are like, there's certain spiders that you do not want to be next to. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are more cool. I guess not to say they're cooler with snakes, but they have snakes that they show a lot of snakes that, oh, you could hold it and put it in your hand. And then they do the same with spiders, but spiders just don't have a visual, like their presentation is it's a lot of stuff going on. It's a lot. The legs, the eyes, and everything. You know what I'm saying? Snake got 2 eyes, long body, cool. I can deal with that, But, and granted they have fangs, cool. But the spider got a whole shit, and then they spit wet. They have webs coming out of their butt, and it's just like, come on,
webs
man.
coming out of their butt.
Like, it's just a lot of stuff that's going on with them. But we love Spider-Man. But that's not the point. The point of the matter is that we have a lot going on for this creature, this insect. That's in my head. I know about it, so I'm less afraid of it.
So you actually know.
Yeah, but I'm less afraid. So it went from being petrified when I see it to now I'm more of like, all right, I have two options. I either move away, but if it's my house, then I'm gonna have to figure this out. Usually I'll be swap.
Okay, so why did you then jump out of the plane if you were afraid of heights? Did you try to overcome that fear?
I did. It was two things. One, it was a date, which was a dumb one.
Val, you are live on a podcast.
Oh, snap.
We're actually just talking about you, so you probably heard. Your ears probably rang.
That's crazy. What are you guys talking about?
How you were basically like, yo, you're afraid of heights, so you should go just jump out of a plane right now to overcome that shit. Because if not, you're a punk.
No, I did not say you were a punk.
No, I know. I'm adding sauce to it, but, you know.
Literally, like, I didn't even say jump off a plane. I said you could even stand on the ledge where you're balancing an imbalance. Because that's really what it is, right? You know, like, you're about to fall, but you're not going to fall kind of situation.
Yeah.
So, like,
You're not afraid of heights. You're afraid of falling.
Yeah.
It's the actual end point of you falling. If I told you if you fell out of a plane and you didn't die, or you wouldn't even feel the gravity of the impact,
So
it'd probably be more body jumping out of the sky.
So with the spider, what are you afraid of?
The spider, I'm afraid of being caught in the web.
It's 4 eyes and 8 legs.
Yeah, you all are afraid of spiders.
I just don't like that. It's just creepy. I don't
You
know
wouldn't
why
put your hands in a bucket of spiders, Val?
I told him that that's what I'm planning on doing very soon.
To
I want
overcome
to
it.
overcome my fear of spiders. I want to hold a tarantula, and I'm honestly terrified. But
Why would you do that though to yourself? Like I'm the guy that always quotes, "I like to walk through the fire to check the way it burns," but like, not like that.
it's a way of overcoming something that had power over you your whole life. Why not try it? You know, like why not experience it and just overcome your fear? That's literally what it is all about.
People are afraid of drugs. I wouldn't encourage them to try
Yeah.
drugs.
All right, Val, we'll call you back.
I'll actually call you to ask about how do you resize on the app for Canva, because I've been trying to resize here, but it's just like
I think maybe on the bottom. Look, you gotta press all the buttons, girl. I don't know. They change it every fucking hour. I think on the bottom somewhere.
yeah, that's what I thought, and then I thought maybe
I'll try to find it while I'm recording, and I'll somehow send you a screenshot. All right. We gotta make one more call here to someone that is afraid, because y'all all afraid about this. This is like a survey.
Well, would you put your hands in a bucket full of spiders, Joe?
Why not?
Why not?
All right, Jay. How's the spider situation?
The spider situation is, I want to get a new house and move.
So, okay, well,
Oh man,
you are live on the
sounds
pod.
pretty serious. How's it going, Jay? What the hell is that? Is that it? I thought I saw.
Where's the spider?
Oh, it's in my bathroom. I can't go in that bathroom.
So Zane's afraid of spiders as well.
Who would it? Whoever it is.
Yeah, I don't do spiders.
Definitely never seen it before.
So what we were talking about, Jay, was overcoming our fears. Like,
Oh, this is no intervention. No, I'm gonna leave. You're trying to pay me this intervention. I will be scared of spiders if I want to.
No, we're talking about in terms of fear, and they were trying to challenge me, saying that because I have a thing with spiders. Like I don't like spiders, and the question was like, oh, you have to like hit it, tackle it head first. You can't be afraid or it controls your life. I was like, I get it, and it's like someone's like, yo, if you put your hand in a bucket full of spiders to fight off that fear, like, would you do it? And I was like, absolutely not. That's it.
No, why would someone do that? There's no point in doing it.
Right.
that's what I said. I'm just Val, actually, Val. So Val was saying, oh, because so the fear doesn't have control over you.
Alright, well, I have this carpenter ant. I don't know if he told you or not, but I hate insects, pests, anything. Like anything that moves or crawls or freaking bites, I hate it. I don't know why they're on this planet, I think they're just here to piss me off. I don't know.
They are. Imagine.
That's gonna be the snippet that we use. Thank you. It's
Right?
like, what do you think of spiders? And then Jaylene's face.
No, for real. Like, what are they here for? Like, what's their use?
Break down the environment.
To break down the environment?
Yeah, like
So
not in a bad way. Like it just recycles it. Like
That sounds
like
crazy.
like it like you see how bees with plants and everything, like the whole ecosystem, like we do it. When we make us making buildings and us making this is like a non-natural way.
Not natural.
It's non-natural. I'm just saying. But essentially our means is like we live, we poop, we pee, we poop. Like if we recycle that into the earth, essentially that's what we're doing. Like we're kind of breaking down. Like our bodies deposit into the ground instead of in a coffin. It should be in the ground, and then it kind of breaks down into the planet, and then new life begins with elsewhere and whatnot. Like something a new mushroom might come out of your body. That was like the whole premise of things. So insects play that role. We also play that role, except we obviously believe we are better because we have technology and phones. But we all have a part in that regardless.
Someone who built a shelter definitely knew that there was insects and they never wanted to be around them. This shelter is supposed to keep me away from them. I don't want them coming towards me. There's no reason why they should be in this house.
They tried it. They think they pay rent.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Like you have a whole. I did a meme. I said.
Freaking at home. And I'm like, oh, well, if you sleep alone, it's not going to come to you. I was taking a shower and they were right next to me.
It was just funny. They said like insects legit have a hole outside. Why are you inside my house?
A hole outside.
You have a hole outside. Why are you here? It just makes no sense to me. It just makes no sense. That was it.
All right, so you're good with your fear. You're okay with not overcoming it.
There is no need why I have to overcome my fear.
Okay, I agree. Because I'm not afraid of insects, but I'm afraid of heights. And
I mean, there's a good reason why, because you're afraid of heights because you actually do end up slipping or falling. You're gonna die.
see, yeah,
It's the death you're afraid of.
yeah, the falling, yeah.
Falling, yeah, or breaking something.
River spiders are a good reason as too, because there's venomous creatures out there, and we don't know any species of any type of spiders. So if they just want to just bite us out of nowhere, there's nothing to do.
There's no use. Yo, by the way, go cop the merch.
It's a good print.
Yeah, they're getting better.
What's that?
Printful.
Printful.
They're getting a lot better, actually. Jay, you're gonna start up the Instagram, right? Go. Yeah, go make it so we can start repping it. But she's like, I was playing, not working. Yeah, you slip into that. But all right, we'll talk to you later. So, okay. That is, and what's the other topic? When someone falls in love with your flowers and not your roots, they don't know what to do once fall and winter comes. What made you share that?
Oh yeah, yeah. When you're invested with somebody, let's talk friends and non-relationship because we always talk about relationship.
Yeah.
Let's say let's friend, and it's gonna be implied, times 2 if you're in a relationship, but essentially you want someone to know your roots and like water your flowers and whatnot. They're not just there for the end product. And usually what ends up happening is you work so hard through the seasons, right? And now you're just beautiful flower, and then people, they want to be around you. But then the moment you wither away because the season is going through,
Yeah.
eventually you're going to be back. But then the people leave.
Yeah,
Because they don't
want you
see
to
the petals and the beautiful flowers on you anymore, and they see just a branch. But little do they know, it's the season that you might not be the best. You might not be the same as you were before because maybe you're taking. Yeah, it's a different season. Things happen.
What's an example of that? Like if you either have a good job,
Yeah.
you don't have a good job.
You don't have a job, and then now money's a little tight, and I can't go out with the boys like that because where they go, they spend money, and they have their job. You know, now I'm not invited because they don't want me to be in a situation where I can't afford.
Okay? Because only good friends will pay for you.
This is true.
Yeah.
This one, we're gonna help you out.
This is true.
Don't let horrible friends.
Yeah, you have to have surround yourself with friends that would help you out. But essentially, that's who are watering your plants while they're waiting for you to come back.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That's the main thing is that the roots people know. Like, all right, they were there watering or maybe waiting. They know what's the root, and they know what they need to put in the materials in the ground for you.
What I think too is that like it's a blessing at the end of the day when you find out when someone falls in love with your flowers and not your roots, and you find out that they didn't fall in love with your roots and they're not there during the good seasons. It's actually like a blessing.
Right.
It's a blessing that you have to see their true colors. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I think a lot of times in that moment, people get upset, and people will get hurt by that. But you need to be blessed that you see who the person really is.
But you have to be able to see those people and appreciate them, keep them by, because what ends up happening is the moment the people who are there, and then all of a sudden when the new people come because their flowers are out, they forgot the people who watered them.
Yeah.
And they start acting different. You need to fucking really sit there and think about who is watering your plants.
Exactly.
And not get and not look at the people who were just there for the season.
Yeah.
Who's there for the whole season? Who's there
Yep.
through your ups and downs and whatnot?
Who's there for the ride? That's always based on that one quote that I always say: if you ain't there for the ride, don't be there for when I park.
Right. That's it.
Yeah.
And if you get offended by it, then then clearly that message is for you.
Word. We got this one too. Did you grow up in a house where you heard "I love you" a lot?
No.
You weren't.
No.
No.
No. It was used as a holiday thing.
Really?
Yeah. Whether it's like a birthday, not much, because that person didn't, I guess, know how to express that anyway, but they were going through their own trauma. So, and they figured raising a boy didn't require saying "I love you" a lot, apparently.
Yeah.
And saying that to a child, a boy, would be considered making them soft if you were to show some type of compassion.
Do you think that's what that is, or is that what?
I think that is for my case.
Okay.
Because guys get treated differently.
Yeah.
Because you're a guy. If I punch you in the arm, you shouldn't be. I mean, you could rub it out, but essentially, they tell you rub some dirt on it, kind of go,
just walk away.
just walk it off or something. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, hey man, I'm sorry, was that punch hard, or I'm sorry for putting hands on you.
Word.
That's our society. So me in my household, me being the only child and being the boy, I didn't get a lot of "I love you." Not to say it wasn't said, but it wasn't.
It's often like where you heard "I love you" a lot. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
I didn't hear that a lot. No.
Do you think it was because of how they were raised?
Yes, that's exactly how they were raised. Generational worth, because my mom she had like 9. There was 9 kids in the family. My grandfather had and they didn't say it. My grandfather really didn't say too much. That was like rare. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like, oh look. Nope, it wasn't that. It was very strict. My grandma, she showed it. There's a lot of people that don't say it and they show it and they think that's enough, but they don't say it.
You know what? You know what's crazy too? I do think it's also a Capricorn thing as well. You know why? I've realized, it took me a long time to kind of like really realize that, and a lot of self-assessment and shit like that. But I noticed us Capricorns, we will do everything to show it, right?
Right.
But we don't vocalize it too much.
Mm-hmm.
We feel like it's
implied.
Yeah, we feel like it's known. We feel like
it's like, why would I do all this if I didn't?
Yeah, exactly.
What?
But we, at least what I've learned is now you have to vocalize it because some people need to hear it. Some people need to hear
4 love
those
languages.
words. Yeah, some people just need to hear it, and it did take me a while too to even like understand that. To like know that sometimes you have to be direct. That you actually have to be direct in that. Were you always the one to actually say it though to other people? Like, when did you learn that it was something that you should say often to like either your girlfriend or to
I don't
your
even think I
friends?
told my first girl really that I loved her. Be honest, I probably said it but didn't mean it. I was at that point. I thought I was emulating what a boyfriend would be in a relationship, opposed to being what a partner should be in a relationship.
So you were emulating it.
I was emulating. I wasn't. I didn't. Not that I didn't believe it, but I was just like, oh, these. I guess this works, right? You need to do this, then the third.
But you weren't vocalizing it.
No, I wasn't vocalizing it. I was physically showing affection, but it wasn't vocalizing.
You wouldn't actually say like,
No.
"Okay, I love you,"
No.
or "I'm into you a lot." And do you think that was just because of how you were raised?
Right, absolutely.
But what?
And then towards when I started to get into it, I want to say college, and then I got into a relationship, and I think maybe 2011. I want to say.
That
So
was
I was
about
like-
when you started developing and started saying it.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that's when it was. But her mom was very lovey-dovey. So I
Is that where
saw.
you started hearing it from? Like,
Yeah, I
you know,
started hearing it from her, and she was kind of vocalizing and kind of showing it, and showing some care. And that's where I saw it really from. So I started, and then I had a lot of friends that were in relationships, so I started seeing it in their relationship, and that I
Around
started
your
picking,
friendships.
around friendship. So I started picking it up, like that's where I started picking it up. I really wasn't paying attention, on my end, and I was kind of using other people's relationship as a staple because I didn't see it at home.
Yeah, so you're looking at, and that's how a lot of people do too.
And
sometimes,
movies,
too.
which
Yeah,
was
movies.
terrible. Don't do that, guys. Don't refer
try
to
to-
movies
Don't
as.
try to emulate the movies and shit.
Nah,
like,
it's not
right?
gonna work. You're gonna be disappointed.
Yeah, I gotta lie. See, me, at least my household, it was definitely said a lot. It was definitely like, it definitely was. At least with my mom, grandma, and stuff like that.
And it shows.
It does. Let's go. Yeah, like it definitely.
Because
did.
if it didn't, it would it'd be a completely different conversation.
Yeah. It definitely did. The only thing I guess I kind of was like using movies and stuff like that to kind of see that I never really saw was it took me a while to actually witness it like in real life, was like a healthy relationship. You
Right.
know? Like I would just see a lot of things in movies, that was really it. I saw in real life the toxic relationships, but I never saw any actual good, really good, healthy relationships close to me until I got a little older, like even some friends, like it wasn't never like, as kids and stuff too, you can't even really count those type of relationships, yeah, it was really until I got a little older, like, shout out to my friend, Mikey and Dana. They were probably like one of the first that I was like, wow, like, like, and I don't even say it to sound like a hater, but like, people get married
Right.
and you're like, oh yeah, wow, that I'm happy for them, like
Right.
they're a really good, happy couple. They're meant to be together, whatever. They were one of the firsts. And don't get me wrong, I haven't had a lot of friends that actually, got married and shit. But when I saw them get married, I was like, damn, that's like one of the few that I could say that's like true love. Like in person, But before that, yeah, just saw a lot of toxic shit. So it's like everything was based off of movies and film and TV show stuff,
Right.
That was-
And then and you try, and when you don't see it happen in a relationship, you get discouraged and be like, oh man, she's not doing this, that, and the third. You know what I use, I'm guilty of it, but it's the only thing that I took from it. Have you ever seen a Bronx Tale?
A Bronx Tale? No.
It's a classic movie. I actually saw it maybe I want to say like a few years ago because I saw so many references in it, and at that point I was becoming more of a cinematographer. So then I was taking a lot of case study, case study movies that I was kind of like just kind of focusing on, and there's a scene in there where the guy gets in the car. The guy opens the door for the girl, right? And then before he gets into his side, she opened the door for him.
She did.
She did. And that was a sign of respect on both mutual ends. It's very important. But I use that as an indicator, and it's been helping vastly.
And you use that to try to implement to show the girls.
Right, no, but I always open the door and whatnot. But I just pay attention to, does she open the door for you when you get to the other side?
And if not, then you're trying to notice that she's slipping.
Right. It's not even like an indication that she's up to something. It just shows like there's always gonna be a courting system between two partners. It doesn't matter if you're same sex or not. It doesn't matter. But there's always a courting system where you're trying to show them like, I am a great individual and I am a caring individual. When you go on a date, the whole point of a date is to show who you are as a person. Hey, it's a resume. You are a walking resume. I'm a good person in this category. Whether you're interviewing for, I am a great sex partner, I am a great husband, I am a great boyfriend, but not great husband. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's an interview. You know, it's a process. And whether they accept your application, that's it. And this goes on both ends. You're both applying for a lifelong job. That's what it is. So if you're looking for a person and they're applying for a job in your life, because some people, they need to also have applications for them to give to other people, and they have to cross off, things that they want to see in a good employee in their life.
And someone that they actually want to deal with. Right,
exactly. So essentially, if they open the door for you, it's showing like, oh, this person, they now. Some people might, it's kind of hard to explain. If they open the door for you, they open the door for you and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like if you're taking the check, right? And you're going out for like maybe dinner and a movie, and they say, listen, I got the dinner, you know what I'm saying, and you do the movies, or vice versa. It's showing at the jump, it's a shared leadership.
Yeah, that it's not just so one-sided.
Notice how I said shared leadership, not like you know what I'm saying? Because both parties need to lead. Yeah. No, not one person is dominant. It's a shared leadership between two parties. They both are leading the pack together. You take this, and it doesn't have to be equal amount. It's just saying like, listen, I could take care of this. You could take care of that. We could always switch and whatnot. That's it. Just partners, people in the team. Basketball, both parties need to practice if they need to, make the relationship better. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They have to do activities together. If you don't do activities together and you're not trying to get to know each other, you're not practicing. So the relationship is going to go to shit. I don't know. That was it.
But also, I feel like there shouldn't have to be much practice.
It has to be practice. It shouldn't be.
I just think if it doesn't happen, it's just me. I feel like if it's not just happening.
Well, strong relationships have the most practice. If you're hanging out with the person most of the time, you're practicing, whether you like it or not.
Yeah. No, I get it like that. But like, I feel like.
But I know what you're saying. It shouldn't be hard work.
It should be organic.
Right.
And if it's not, then it's like, I'm not.
They should want to practice. You should want to practice.
I'm not forcing nobody to do nothing.
Right.
And if I'm saying, we need to practice. Like some regular shit. What are we doing here?
That's a good question.
That's just me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, how long have we been together? Are we in our 60s and our 70s and that fell apart? We could work on that. Do we have children? And we once had that. I also feel like if you lost it, like if it was there for a while, and when I say a while, I mean years, and then it fell apart. But if it's like a new thing, what are we doing? Like, we have to know, like, it kind of goes back to what I was saying about the whole effort thing. Like if we once had the friendship or the relationship or whatever the fucking case is, and we both had a lot of effort, then that means there's something to work on.
Right.
Because the effort someone fell off for some reason. You know what I'm saying? Like if we're talking business, two business partners, whatever, like if one person fell off, there's a reason why they fell off.
Right.
We just got to figure out the reason and see if it could be healed. But if it had to be once working,
Right.
if we're going on fucking a couple years and it's still just, it's like, okay, maybe we're just not compatible, and it's like people, I think, just sometimes don't want to face that, and that's why I always say a lot of times people can get comfortable in certain things because it's like, okay, you get comfortable in, everyone hates to be fucking lonely. It sucks to be lonely, and it sucks to be alone at times. It hates to be that single guy, like, but do you rather be with someone that you're pulling teeth? Like some shit should just really just be organic. Like it's not even that fucking deep. Like it shouldn't be that.
It shouldn't even be like that. It should be like, man, I can't wait to see this person.
Yeah.
It should be like this person is like, they're dope, and then y'all like essentially like hanging out with a best friend for X amount of years. Like like y'all gonna have a good time. Y'all down to like just go on an adventure and whatnot. Y'all have each other's backs. It shouldn't be like, oh, how is she gonna feel if I ask her this or this and the third? Like it's a lot of factors, but it does suck to be alone. That's why I got a dog.
Yeah. Yeah, man. You have a dog. You have friends. You have people that love you and people that care about you. So, never, especially you or anyone out there, don't make it think you're alone.
Right.
All right, we are back from a quick commercial break. But yeah, man, it has to just like, some things shouldn't just be too complicated, and that's just what I say with a lot of different things, like more than just relationships, all just different things. Like if it's too fucking complicated, and it's just too number one, we don't got the time for that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I think that's why a lot of people end up just dealing with some toxic shit, or with some unnecessary shit because they have the time for it.
Right.
Like you see a lot of people just in like fucked up business situations or like fucked up friendships, fucked up relationships. And when I say fucked up, there's levels of fucked up,
Right.
And it's like most of the time they stay because they got time. You got nothing else to do. You got nothing else to really fill your time with. No other priorities or whatever. So it's like you kind of deal with that, But it's like when you don't have time for that, then I don't know.
Yeah. That's the sad, unfortunate reality, especially when people and like they're intimidated by things that you may do. Like one partner might do like a lot of stellar, amazing things, and you have a 9 to 5, and when you get home, you don't really do too much because you're just waiting to go to work the next day. And that's the reality that people have. Some people want to do more, but then they're like, I don't got time. But we have time, and we have extreme time. But it's like someone said, like, yo, if you got bills to pay, then you make that priority, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like some people can't just quit it all and just do a new thing, or they could just do their job and then when they get home, work on the new thing until that new thing becomes their new job.
Exactly.
But then you can't. You know what I'm saying? It's always used. Oh, I work too much. You know what? I always tell people, check where your money's going. How much are your bills? And if you can't afford where you're at, you're gonna have to move.
So I guess you're saying like it's the same. It's
budget.
thing.
Like if you know if living at this location is costing you too much to the point where it's pulling out of the money to do what you want to do, then that means you need to downsize. That's why a lot of these companies fucked up. They fucked up is because they didn't downsize. They got greedy.
Let's do it at 8:00 at night.
You wouldn't have found me. Nah, I wouldn't have came at 8:00 at night. I'd probably have
see
been
what I'm
home.
saying?
I would have been home. I would be
Nah,
on the
that don't
Zoom.
count. That don't
I'd be
count.
on the Zoom.
If
I just want to be
Zoom Zain don't count.
Zoom Zain. Oh God, let's not make that a thing. Zoom Zain.
Zoom Zain don't count. If y'all
They gotta have to pay me for that. I'm serious.
Because, yo, it's so, like, editing that shit is like, and y'all know, I'd release this tomorrow.
Right.
Because I do same day edit. And, like, same day edit for Zoom shit is like, nah. Because then I got to do the cuts back and forth to me and you. And then also, sometimes the Zoom, yo, like the last time you did the Zoom, I forgot to change the view. So every time I, like, go like this, it thinks I'm speaking.
Oh, it would cut out. Oh, that's a problem.
You see what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah, that's a lot of work.
At the end of the day, bro, I'm like,
That's a
at
lot
that
of
point, I almost don't even use your video. But then it's like, it just makes no sense. I'm just hearing you.
Right.
So that's typically what it does. So I have to remember to do it the small ways, but then to zoom it and bring it big.
Well, there's another way that you could do. I have to teach you using the OBS.
Yeah.
And there's a way. Just man, I got you, man.
It's just
I know, but it's a hassle.
So I had to
It's a
sit there. I had to sit there and make all those edits. So every time I just like look this way or it thinks I'm gonna talk, it shows me.
But don't you have to do the same for that
No.
when you cut in?
That's a one. No,
But you cut in though.
I don't really do that with that. And if I do, it's I don't have to do it. So what
Okay.
happens is like if you do the Zoom on from your computer,
Right.
and it shows me from the webcam.
Oh.
You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's like I have to cut it because
Right.
it's crazy. So it's just like a lot more work, and the quality. Even though we be doing what I do with our audio, the quality still always sounds ass no matter what.
Right.
But yeah, yo. So fucking yo, show some effort, man. All right.
Right.
Show some.
That's important.
Christian, like, duh, damn, yo.
Just show some goddamn effort after our commercial break.
Nah.
Joe out here smacking me up on a commercial break.
That's not what I'm talking about. That's not what I'm talking about.
I said, get your shit together. All right, welcome back to Therapy Out of Degree, episode 210, whatever the fuck that is.
No, I'm talking to the audience and y'all lovers and y'all friends and y'all whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
All
my
right.
God. What's the shout out for the week?
Shout out for the week. Yeah, what you shout out? you got?
Shout out to the movie Jolt. I just saw it with Kate Beckinsale. Is it Kate Beckinsale? No, Beckinsale. Yeah, she was in a movie where she was. Could relate to it. She had anger issues, right? But she needed a device on her to kind of shock her and to keep her in check because she would get violent and then her adrenaline, like little things would tick her off, and she would like punch you in the throat. But she's acting on impulse on how she felt, opposed to, you think about it and you don't do it.
Imagine if we all did that. This world would be crazy.
This world would be insanity. So she was acting on impulse, and it was being fueled by her anger. So she had a device that every time she felt like that, she would shock herself and whatnot. And that's why it was called Jolt. But there was a storyline behind it, but it was actually pretty wild on like her go like from point A to point B and whatnot. It was actually pretty good. And they actually might be a second one. And it's an Amazon movie. It's called Jolt.
Amazon, go watch Jolt. All right. I'm actually gonna give a show a shout out. So we're gonna go in the same lane. I'm gonna give Ozark a shout out, even though y'all know we love Ozark here. But I'm watching it again because I'm watching it with Val. I finally got her to watch it, so I'm on the first season, and I'm prepping. For
What's she think about?
She likes it. She's hooked, of course.
Yeah, the show's pretty well.
It took about the first couple. It took about till like the third episode.
Yeah.
For her to be like, until like the strip club stuff started happening and all that, for her to be like, oh yeah, like I see, like because that show is. Have you seen it? Oh, all seasons. So I still have to see the third season, but I know the fourth has to be coming out soon.
It technically is supposed to be coming out before this year ends.
Exactly. So
And if not this year, probably early 2022. But other than that, I know for a fact they said it was going to be released before this year ends.
Exactly. So I'm watching it again. I'm starting back to the first season, and then I'll watch the third episode after I'm done with these these two seasons.
It's been like a year. Over that year,
Yeah,
actually.
since we started watching it and shit.
No, I mean like over a year since the
last season.
last season.
Yeah, well, this is a huge show, so they gotta make sure they're doing it right.
And it's the last season, yeah.
So, other than that, people, hopefully y'all enjoyed this episode. Again, sorry for not recording last week, but No Zain, no show.
Zoom Zain, everybody.
Blame him. Blame him. Blame Six Flags. I'm just
I
joking.
forgot about that. Yep. Now they know.
Now they know. Nah, you had a good time. Man. You gotta enjoy yourself every once in a while.
Right.
But like I said, I feel like I would be cheating on him if I did the episode just now.
That's funny. So
Right?
next time you got to come.
Yeah, and there was doing Christian, you know, just.
Yeah, we waited for you to. We waited. Yeah.
He's like, yeah, sure. He's like, yo, fuck yeah. And Tay, man, I'm sorry. I don't know where.
We'll get you back. We'll get you back.
Yes, but all right, people, it's been real. Another episode. Therapy without a degree. Deuces. Also, yo, Patreon coming fucking soon. Once I can get a hold of Zain.
Jersey Media.
All
Everybody.
right. No, yeah, no. Now Jersey Media Patreon is out and it's lit. And
Now we're gonna get I am Zain.
Yeah, no, they all coming soon. All of them. Reflections with Val. Patreon for fucking everybody.
Word.
All right. The Therapy Without a Degree one is coming soon. Once I can get this guy to sit down with me and hang out for a couple minutes. He's a busy guy.
Make sure you have food,
planning.
then that's a guarantee.
I gotta make sure I get food for him. All the exclusive behind the scenes crazy stuff we be doing, the events, all that footage. Patreon. We out of here. Peace.